So step one is to remove the electronics. So you have your harness here. The first thing you're gonna do is to push up on the red safety latch. Then you have a small clip there. It's on a black piece. You're gonna depress that. And that is going to allow you to release the white hook, and then you can go ahead and release the entire apparatus. So something you're gonna have on the JL that you don't have on the JK is this black assist latch. So the next thing you're gonna wanna do is, using the bit provided in your kit, go ahead and get that off. So to get the black assist lever off, you're gonna be using the smaller bit in the kit. Moving on to the next step, you're going to switch over to your larger bit. Step is the most obvious. You want to remove the outside bolts with the new piece you just put on of your factory supplied wrench. So now that everything is unlatched, you have to remove it. The trick here is to grab your under handle there, and then you want to put pressure towards the hinges. If you try to pull up towards the back of the door, you're going to kink this thing sideways. So up and out. So our door's off. You want to grab the half door by the strap handle, and you just want to thread it into the slots. Coming to the inside, you're going to re-hook up your electric. So you start by plugging it in. You're then going to drop your white catch and then push the red tab down to lock it in. Lastly, you're going to reattach your door and you're all set. Now, the difference is you do not have that black assist piece on the interior here, but the electronic hookup does give you power locks, and this particular unit has blind spot monitoring, so that's engaged as well, which is why this package is so expensive. Final step for the front is to go ahead and reinstall your two bolts, and then you have an upper that just drops right into your two slots. And that's it. So slightly different operation on the rear. All the bolts are the same, but the electronic connection is a little easier to do. So the first thing you're gonna do is pop the gate off. And on this connector, no red piece, no big bar. You just depress the little button there, whole thing pops out. So that's it for your installation, guys. I just want to go through a few quick pro tips. So all the tools we have are found in your handy dandy toolkit here. It is found in your glove compartment. So you have both the bolts we used. Your large one is used to remove your windshield wipers if you wanted to take your windshield down, and also your socket wrench there. So the first thing I wanted to run through is actually putting the bolts in and out. You can do something called cross threading, which means it's not actually seated right before you start cranking it. So you want to make sure you hand tighten those bolts and just use your socket just to tighten down a little bit. You also want to be leery of over tightening. You can crack the paint seal on the bottom if you put too much pressure on it. So just enough to be snug and tight. You also don't want to have any binding. Taking them off can be a bear. When you're putting those on, we didn't do it, but best practice is to take a cloth or something soft and have it behind there. It's really easy to accidentally ding the metal with your socket and you can damage it. The next thing to go through is the black metal assist bar. So this is the bolt for it. There's the slot. So best practice when that's out is to go ahead and hand thread that all the way back in, just for safe storage. It's not going anywhere. You're not gonna hurt the half doors at all having that bolt in there. You know, it's easy to lose. It's just a bolt, right? Finally, I wanted to go through the process of how we did it. So in the video, we showed you where we did the inside pieces first and then worked our way to the black two outside bolts. What we found is doing it that way, your door can open and close because your bolts are still there, and that black metal assist bar that we talked about here can actually slam back into the paint and mark potentially. So best practice, in our opinion, is to actually do that step last. That way you have no chance of that hitting anything. So outside doors, electronics, and that bar is last. That's it for me here today, guys. If you need any other questions about this process or looking for a Jeep, give us a shout anytime at 502-459-9900. We'll talk to you next time.